Have you ever walked into your home, looked around, and had no idea where to even start cleaning? The living room's a mess, the kitchen's a mess, the closet's overflowing. I've stood in the middle of all that and honestly just wanted to give up. In today's video, I'm sharing 18 simple but incredibly smart cleaning tips straight from the pros who do this every day. These are real-life strategies that make it easier to get started, help you clean things right the first time, and save you from going over the same spots again and again. If you've ever spent a whole morning trying to clean and still felt like the house wasn't quite there, these tips can easily cut your effort in half, especially when you don't have a whole day just to tidy up. And as you watch, if there's a tip that makes you think, okay, this one's actually perfect for me, drop it in the comments. Someone else might be dealing with the exact same mess, and your tip could really help. All right, let's get started. First, I want to share a few tips that really helped me clean with more structure, especially on the days when every room looked like a disaster, and I didn't even know where to begin. I didn't figure this out on my own. A lot of it came from a friend of mine who works in housekeeping. She cleans homes professionally, so she's all about working smarter, not harder. And part of it also came from my sister. She has 3 kids and somehow keeps her home running without constantly picking up all day. Back then, I used to clean by mood. I'd walk into the kitchen, start clearing counters, then I'd see something messy in the living room, run over there. And before I knew it, I had 5 half-done tasks, and nothing actually finished. It felt like I was always working, but never getting anywhere. Now I clean in 3 rounds, and it completely changed the game for me. First round, I just pick up trash and items that don't belong. That's it. No cleaning, no scrubbing, just grabbing what doesn't go there. I take a trash bag in one hand and a small basket in the other, and I walk 1 full loop around the room, toss trash, pick up random items like socks under the coffee table, mugs in the bathroom, toys in the hallway. You know what I mean. Doing just this 1 loop already makes the room look calmer. And it gives me some mental space like, okay, I've started. I can keep going. Second round, wipe and dust from top to bottom and in one direction. Once all the clutter is out of the way, I go back around the room and start wiping down surfaces. But instead of bouncing around, I follow one clear rule top to bottom and left to right, like moving clockwise around the room. I always start with higher surfaces, shelves, windowsills, cabinets, and then move down to tables, lower shelves, whatever's underneath. Before, I used to do this all out of order. I'd wipe the coffee table first, then the blinds, and dust would just fall down and mess up what I already cleaned. That got old fast. So now I follow a set path. I don't think I just move. One direction, one surface at a time. It's actually calming, and I don't forget spots like I used to. Third round, clean the floors and work your way out of the room. Only after I've done all the surfaces do I touch the floors. And here's the trick. I always start from the farthest corner and clean my way back toward the door. This way I'm not stepping on the freshly cleaned areas, and I don't track dust or leave footprints behind. It sounds obvious, but I used to do the opposite. I'd start near the door, then have to tiptoe around, or worse, redo areas I already mopped. Now it's just cleaner and done. Oh, and one extra tip. Take a small cleaning caddy with you. This was my sister's idea. She keeps all her main cleaning tools in one lightweight basket. A few cloths, her favorite spray, a sponge or brush. That way she doesn't have to keep walking back and forth to grab stuff. I copied her, and it made a huge difference. Even just saving those little trips across the house makes cleaning feel less tiring. So if you want a simple way to clean without feeling overwhelmed, you can just follow 3 clear rounds. First, do 1 loop around the room, just picking up trash and anything that doesn't belong. Second, wipe surfaces from top to bottom, moving in one direction around the space. And third, clean the floors starting from the back of the room and working your way out. If you bring a little basket with your supplies, it saves you from going back and forth. It's a small shift, but it can really help make cleaning feel less scattered. Try it out and see if it helps you feel a bit more in control of your space. Before we get into more tips today, I just want to say if you enjoy learning simple everyday habits that make your home feel calmer and more in order, I've got something special coming from the next video. I'll be sharing a few small mindset shifts inspired by how Japanese homes stay effortlessly tidy. If that sounds like something you don't want to miss, go ahead and subscribe that way. It'll be waiting for you when it's up. All right, let's get back into today's tips. Next, let's talk about a few tools that can really take the pressure off your body when you're cleaning. This isn't about buying fancy stuff, it's about using tools that actually make the job easier. Honestly, I didn't pay much attention to this before. I just used whatever mop or brush I had on hand. But after enough backaches and sore shoulders, I realized the tools I was using were making everything harder than it needed to be. Let's start with the mop. I used to use one of those short, lightweight mops. Seemed convenient at first, but I had to bend over constantly, and I could only cover a tiny section of the floor with each pass. Eventually, I switched to a mop with a much longer handle, probably 1.5 times the size of what I was using before. And the difference was immediate. I could stand upright, reach further, and finish faster with way less strain on my back and arms. If your mop feels too short or you're constantly hunched over, it might be time to upgrade to one with a longer reach. It doesn't have to be expensive, just longer and more stable. Here's one small trick that makes a big difference with mopping: wet the mop head slightly before you start. I used to just pop the dry pad on and go, but now I give it a quick rinse and wring it out first, just enough to dampen it. That little bit of moisture helps it glide across the floor so much smoother. It's easier on your arms and you don't feel like you're dragging it across the surface. Another tip that changed the game for me: use your mop to clean your walls. I never thought of this before. I used to wipe walls by hand, standing on chairs, stretching my arms, missing spots because I couldn't reach. But one day, I just tried my mop the same one I use on floors, and it worked so well, especially if you have kids and those little fingerprints show up everywhere, even up high. You just spritz a gentle cleaner, run your mop over the wall, and that's it. You've cleaned a huge section without even bending. Now let's talk about bathrooms specifically, the tub and shower. That's one of the worst areas for body strain. For the longest time, I'd crouch down, lean into the tub scrub by hand, and then feel like I needed a nap after. Now I use a scrub brush with a long handle, and I can clean the tub while standing. You're not soaking wet, you're not hurting your back, and honestly, you get the job done faster because you're not fighting discomfort the whole time. The right tools shouldn't make you work harder. They should help you move smarter. If cleaning leaves you physically tired or sore, it might not be about how much work you're doing. It might just be the tools you're doing it with. Try switching things up: longer handles, less bending tools that do the reaching for you. You don't need to be exhausted just to have a clean home. Now let's talk about wiping and scrubbing in a way that actually works, so you don't have to keep going over the same spots again and again. This was a big shift for me. I used to do a lot of quick wiping, thinking I was being efficient. But then I'd look back and realize I missed half the grime or left streaks all over the place. So I'd go back and redo it, which meant I just doubled my work. Once I figured out a few small tweaks to how I clean it, started going smoother and faster. One of the biggest game changers: wipe in an S shape instead of circles. When you wipe in circles, you're just pushing the dirt around, especially on flat surfaces like mirrors, tables, counters, or glass. I switched to using slow, controlled S-shaped strokes. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just think of moving left to right, then down, then back, across the other way, like you're zigzagging down the surface. This makes sure you're not re-spreading dust or cleaner, and you actually cover the entire area in one go. It's a small shift in motion, but it really works. Another thing I started doing, and honestly this saved me so much time: let your cleaning product sit for a few minutes before wiping. I used to spray and immediately start scrubbing. But for most surfaces, especially in the kitchen or bathroom, giving the product even just 5 minutes makes a big difference. That time lets the cleaner break down the grime, so you don't have to use as much elbow grease. You can spray a section, go do something else for a few minutes, then come back and wipe. It's easier, faster, and you don't end up scrubbing forever. Let's talk about products for a second. You really don't need 10 different sprays for 10 different things. What helped me most was simplifying my supplies. I found one good all-purpose cleaner I like, one that works on multiple surfaces, and I just stick to it. Less clutter under the sink, fewer labels to read, and less decision fatigue. And honestly, when I'm not juggling 5 bottles, I move through the house quicker. If you already have products you like, great. Just ask yourself, can I simplify this and still get the job done? Now, a quick word about cloths. I used to go through a whole pile of cleaning cloths every time I cleaned. Wipe a surface, toss the cloth, grab another. But now, I just take a second at the sink, wash the cloth with dish soap, rinse it out, and reuse it right away. As long as it's not full of grease or dirt, it works fine. You don't need a fresh one for every little area. This way I only go through maybe 2 or 3 cloths for the whole house instead of a dozen. It cuts down on laundry too. So here's what you can try next time you clean. Use S-shaped wipes to avoid streaks and actually clean everything the first time. Let your spray sit for 5 to 10 minutes before wiping. Let the cleaner do the hard part. Stick to 1 or 2 solid multi-purpose products. Rinse and reuse your cloths instead of tossing them constantly. These aren't flashy tips, but they're the kind of habits that quietly save you time, energy, and frustration every single week. Next up here are a couple of tips for making bathroom cleaning easier. These are small things, but they focus on the spots we usually forget, or the ones that just wear us out the fastest. Let's start with something I honestly didn't even know was a problem. At first, the water guard strip under the shower door. That little rubber or plastic piece at the bottom, it's meant to block water from leaking out, but it also traps gunk over time. Soap scum, mildew hair, and if you've never cleaned it, it can get pretty gross. Now I make it a habit to check it every once in a while. It usually slides out pretty easily. I just give it a quick scrub with an old toothbrush and a bit of cleaner, rinse it, and put it right back. Takes a few minutes, but it makes the whole shower feel way cleaner. And honestly, just noticing that spot means I don't let it build up for months like I used to. Another shift that made cleaning bathrooms easier for me, refilling my spray bottles instead of constantly buying new ones. Bathroom cleaners run out fast, especially if you've got more than one bathroom to deal with. And most of those store-bought sprays, they're mostly just water anyway. Now I keep 1 or 2 reusable bottles under the sink. I mix up my own cleaner using warm water, a bit of dish soap, and sometimes vinegar depending on what I'm cleaning. No fancy recipe, just simple ingredients I already have. It's faster, cheaper, and I don't have to make last-minute runs to the store. Plus, I like knowing exactly what I'm spraying all over the bathroom. So those are 2 small habits that really help take the dread out of cleaning this space. No backbreaking scrubbing, no unnecessary buildup, just small steps that keep things manageable. Next, let's talk about a few little finishing touches that can make your home feel not just clean, but calm. These aren't must-dos, and they're definitely not about perfection. But sometimes it's the small things that shift how a space feels. When you're done cleaning and the house is quiet for a second, these are the little extras that give you that deep breath moment. One of my favorites. Adding scent, just something light after I finish cleaning. It could be essential oils in a diffuser or a candle burning in the corner while I wrap up. I don't go overboard, just a soft scent that makes the room feel fresh. It doesn't have to smell like a spa, just like a place that's been cared for. For me, it's like a little signal I'm done. I can rest now. Another small thing I started doing, and it takes less than a minute, is folding towels in a way that looks tidy like a spa roll. I'll be honest, I don't do this every day. But sometimes, if I'm having guests over, or I just want the bathroom to feel more finished, I take a few extra seconds to roll the towels and tuck the ends. It's not about impressing anyone. It's just one of those things that makes the space feel more put together even to me. And then there's this tiny detail that some people love and some people skip: folding the end of the toilet paper roll. You know, that little triangle fold at the edge? It's one of those hotel things, but it can make your guest bathroom look cared for in the simplest way. Sometimes I'll press it under the faucet for that little stamp, not always just when I feel like it. Again, it's not necessary, but it's a small moment of intention. And some days that's enough. None of these are about being fancy. They're about closing the loop, giving yourself a second to enjoy what you just finished. If even one of them makes you smile when you walk into the room, that's more than enough. And finally, let's talk about the closet. More specifically, how to keep it from turning into a constant pile of half-worn, half-loved, maybe I'll wear it later clothes. I used to think keeping a tidy closet meant folding everything right away, putting it back perfectly, keeping it all color-coded. Yeah, that lasted about a week. But once I shifted to using 2 small bins inside my closet, it changed the whole system. The first one is simple: a bin for donations. I keep it right there in the closet, not hidden away in the garage or somewhere I'll forget about. So whenever I try on something that doesn't fit, doesn't feel good, or I just know I won't wear again, I don't put it back. I drop it straight into that bin. Once it's full, I donate it. No big purge, no dramatic weekend cleanup. Just a small habit that slowly clears out things I've outgrown without turning it into a chore. The second bin is for something most of us deal with constantly, those in-between clothes. You know the jacket you wore once, but don't want to wash yet, the shirt you tried on, but didn't end up wearing. Instead of throwing them over a chair or letting them pile up on the floor, they go in this bin. It's not messy, it's not permanent, it's just a place for clothes that need to go back later when you actually have time. This tiny system helped me stop that cycle of I'll fold it later turning into why is this still here 3 days later. It sounds simple, and it is, but when you have clear places for things, you don't need to think so much. No guilt, no chaos, just little habits that make the space work for you. And the best part, you don't need a full closet makeover. You just need 2 bins. One to let go, one to hold what's not done yet. That's everything for today. Just a handful of tips, but they really do make cleaning feel lighter, more manageable, and honestly, more worth it. Because it's not just about having a clean house, it's about having a space that lets you breathe. And if this helped even a little, wait until the next video. I'll be sharing a few quiet habits I learned from Japanese households that completely shifted the way I think about clutter. So simple, but so powerful. If that sounds like something you'd like, make sure to like this video, share it with someone who might need it, and of course subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.